Once we have Altium Designer open, to create a new project, go to File, New Project, PCB project. The project has the extension PRJ PCB, and then we can add to new project schematic. And we can also add to new project PCB. A project can contain only one PCB, but might have several schematics. To make a schematic, we need to open the panel, the libraries. We can select components here, and we have to open also the panel, the properties. Once we select the component, we can see here what component it is, and also we can, for example, rotate it. To start routing, place wire, then can connect the components, and what one also need is a power and ground. For this, place power port, and we select this power port, the properties, we can change the symbol and also rotate it, and put here usually GND. We have the basic project now. We have to save the project. We create new folder. We can make right button and save project. We save it in the same directory. Usually we would save the project first. And now we have to transfer to the PCB. We go to project compile. In this case, here in messages, we can see that there is a duplicate component designators. We can rename them just by hand for now. C1, C2. We save, compile again. Okay, now compile successful. We go to design, update PCB document. Execute changes. It's important to see that all the changes have been successful with this green mark. Close. Now we are ready in the PCB, and we have the components here. Okay. this, if we go press the K3, then this is the 3D render of the PCB. We can see here the components. We press 2 to go back to the editing mode. We can just select and put the components on the PCB, and we have now to edit the PCB size to make it to the space we need. For this, we press the key 1, and then we can make the shortcut DD, which allows you to just drag the sides of the PCB. And change the shape. Now we go to the editing mode. Now we need to route the components. We can select component with the left mouse button, and then if we press, if we keep press the left mouse button and then press the bar, we can rotate the component. So we have both components now in place, and we can see here the roughness, so we can see the connections, how it should be. And if we press the keys P and then T, we get already the tool to route the traces. If we press W, no, the tab, then on the right, we have the option directly to change the width of the trace. Okay. For now, we will keep it like this. Now we see that we can now, for example, select the trace. We see that the units are in mils. We can change it quickly by, okay, we unselect, clicking again somewhere, and then W. No, Q, key Q. And then we select again, and now the units are in millimeters. We could change the width of the trace, for example, and it changes directly. This marks in green means there is an error, but to verify the PCB, we can press We can do a design rule check. Design, no, tools, design rule check. Okay. Oh, no, here, run design rule check. And then we see there are 5 rule violations. And the problem is that one of the problems is that there is some constraint that says that the PCB can trace that cannot be thicker than 0.254 millimeters. We can close the report. And we can set it back to 0.2. Now we do the tools design rule check, run design rule check, and we have already we have again the report that says because the minimum is also set to 254 millimeters and the maximum 254, so it can only be this width. Okay, we can change this later, but for now we will keep it like this. 54. Okay, then we try again. Sign, tools, design rule check. And the other error is gone, the width constraint, but we have still solder mask clearance. But this is a problem with the symbol, I mean with the footprint, but okay, this is not important, so we can leave it like that. Save.